I'd like to get your thoughts and possibly your clarification on the specific provisions of the ADC constitution that are being invoked in the legal dispute involving David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola.
Thank you once again, Lincoln, and good afternoon, Nigerians. First of all, I would like to say that I am not aware that there is any, legal contention that is before the Federal High Court of Justice, because I don't think as a party we've received such court services upon us. We have not. As I'm speaking to you, I'm not aware. And then I also overheard you say that one Nafiu Balagombi was the one that instituted the case in the court and got that judgment. First of all, I would like to speak to that issue because as we speak, Nafiu is not a member of the African Democratic Congress as we speak, because he has since resigned from the party voluntarily sometimes in 2023. Yeah, I have those documents, but yes, okay, you just displayed that document now. So if someone who has resigned from the party voluntarily and have also copied, and the party duly notified INEC that this person is no longer a member of a party and no longer sits as deputy national chairman not of the party. So please, on what grounds does such fellow, has to go to court to issue to get such court judgments on the party? I think Nigerians can see clearly that there are some underhand practice that is working here, and then this is not well intended. But until we get our hands on the copy of those court orders, I'm sorry I cannot speak to those issues because these are legal matters.
But then do you think there is an unseen hand trying to destabilize the party with these latest developments?
That is, is this even a question?
Well, I mean,
because we are faced with it is not even a question because everybody knows it is audible to the deaf and very visible to the blind that of course there are people, especially the government of the day, who have become jittery with the resurgence and the resurgence of the African Democratic Congress, which has provided itself, has presented itself as a viable opposition to the ruling party. And so it calls for us, the ruling party today is jittery because they see that, look, Nigerians have aligned, majority of Nigerians in their numbers have aligned with the ADC to throw them out of office. So it is common sense that they will be jittery, and then, of course, if the witch cries at night and the child died in the morning, we know who is behind the death of such child. So I don't think that is even an issue for us to debate.
APC has turned Nigeria into a banana republic. This political party has turned Nigeria into a madhouse. When did we become so unfortunate to find ourselves in the hands of this political party and these wicked judges with their unjust judgments? The Supreme Court ruling already said that no court can direct political parties how to operate. No court. But yet, this Federal High Court gets an ex parte order to actually tell David Mark Aregbesola that you're not the rightful chairman from somebody who there's a letter going around saying that the man already resigned since 2023, but now he's coming to say he's a substantive chairman in the absence of Rafun. On the same day that INEC recognized David Mark, Aregbesola as the leaders of ADC. See, it's not because I don't have any business with ADC. You understand? The only interest Nigerians have is that they were looking at the ADC, whether or not it's going to be the platform for Peter Obi to run under. That's just the interest. But to have this sort of unjust, wicked judgment coming from our courts, it beats our imagination. I said again, APC has turned Nigeria into a madhouse. You see these judges' quarters that APC, WK have been building for judges. That's how they've been bribing them. They keep coming to say our judges don't have houses to say, pay them. There's no other country in the world where they're building judges' quarters for judges. That's an incentive already to skew judgment in your favor. And guess what? It is already alleged that WK owns the court. And guess what? the judgment that comes out of the court always happens to be against other political parties to cause disarray within them, whilst the APC continues to, move on. Since the ADC came on board, they've been looking for ways to destabilize the ADC. All this defection all of a sudden stopped. But guess what? Now the court has now done, made it possible for them to now continue defection. Why? Because they're looking for ways to rig elections. How did we become so unfortunate to find ourselves in the hands of these judges? Don't forget, some of these judges, their children marry the daughters and the sons of politicians. So they're all in bed together. This is why Nigerians don't trust our judiciary, because our judiciary has become, sleeping ground or working ground for politicians, criminal politicians. For example, look at our election petitions. Look at the kind of judgment that came out of them. Look at the allegations of bribery that are following our judicial officers. People go to court, they spend endless days in court for court cases that has no bearing because some politician is pulling the strings for the judges to make those decisions. And these politicians and political elites are being protected by our judges. Cases are getting dismissed of corruption, where it is clear that these people stole from the country and from their people. They've made it so much so that our judges don't have independence anymore. They cannot rule because they've soiled their hands with bribes. They're not independent anymore. And they're so selective in their judgment. The problem with Nigeria right now is that this government, this political party called APC, is like, I've said it again, is like cancer. They've destroyed everything just to remain in power. Listen, you see what happened in Nepal. You see what the Nepalese Gen Z did. It is not far from Nigeria anymore. Because this madhouse that this government has created, where they can buy judgment from judges, is not far anymore. You see, when Shore said that Bola Tinubu will make it easy for revolution to happen, we're very close to it. We're really, really close. There's a letter out there showing that this man resigned. They're claiming that the man did not resign. The same day that INEC said, oh, Mark Aregbesola, you are the rightful leaders of ADC. That's the same day an ex parte order came out to say, no, you cannot be proclaimed as and recognized as the leaders. Somebody's pulling the strings, and some politician is calling the shot, and our judges are actually responding. I'm not speaking on for ADC. I'm looking at Nigerian system right now, and I'm saying that Nigerian system is a crazy house, is a madhouse. That's why international nations don't respect us, because they see the corruption our politicians perpetrate. From how Bola Tinubu became president to how the Senate president emerges, look at governors. Go to court, they win elections from the court. It is a crazy situation. And these same judges will be the ones to decide who will become our president in 2027. They will decide our governors in 2027, our lawmakers in 2027. These same people continuously putting Nigeria down. What sort of nation is this? What sort of political party? Why is our judiciary so corrupt? Why? Where did we go wrong to elect this kind of wicked people whose only ambition is to ruin the nation, steal from the country and go and dump them in foreign nations, bribe judges to stay in power? What sort of nation is this? I'm tired. I said again, that thing that happened in Nepal in the last 2-3 days is not far from Nigeria. And this political party, that time is coming when they will be chased out. Big time is not far. It's only there's just an ignition that is needed left to cause Nigerians to revolt against this political party, and they'll be out of the way. What sort of nonsense is this? How can judges just make decisions like this? Wicked decisions to throw the country in disarray, destroy our democracy. The politicians don't just destroy democracy, they need help from within. And the judges our judiciary has become one of the biggest help they've had. To steal elections, stay in power, use those judges to say they're the ones that won. Look at our judiciary, look at our Supreme Court, look at our appeal court. Brilliant minds have become subject to wicked politicians, corrupt, and how can you be a Supreme Court judge or appeal court or federal court judge? Smart minds become subject to the whims and caprices of corrupt politicians. Can you guys not fight for your own independence? Be free from the corruption of these people. How do you sleep in the night, by the way, these judges? This is painful. I'm not sure what you feel about it, but I want you to put your comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about our judges, how APC has turned Nigeria into a crazy madhouse. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you've not done so. And if you've subscribed already, click on the notification icon and recommend this channel to others. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.